Welcome to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, TDT. Y'all see the thumbnail. We're going to talk about some things, a little bit of boxing news, and I'm going to update on some things that I've covered before and reiterate some other things. We had fun Monday night. I wasn't here yesterday for good reasons, but I'll get into that when we start the show. Anywho, y'all know this is my toughest season. But anywho, before we get into anything, let's go on ahead and turn two. Hey, welcome. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I don't know what happened. Uh, I ain't touching nothing. It just, it want to act funky. It don't want to cooperate with me today, my devices. Anywho, welcome. I know I wasn't here yesterday. I owe you guys an explanation. I normally come on Monday through Friday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I wasn't here yesterday, but I told you guys I would be here every day unless something happened. And something happened. I had to dope up, y'all. I had to throw them down. I had to throw them back. That's prescribed medicine, that is. So let me be clear with that one. Prescribed medicine. I had my usual thing happen where I had to go on the steroids and the Benadryl. I had to do a cocktail. I actually did it myself, and I avoided having to go to the ER, and it was probably like an hour out before the show, and I was loopy, so I wasn't gonna come on the show like that. But anyway, I'm back. I stopped the swelling in his tracks, and I'm happy for that. It don't always work like that, but that's why I wasn't here. But I'm here. I'm back. We had a good time Monday, right? We had a good time Monday. We let our hair down. We talked our shit, swallow spit. We had we had some Bud fans in here, and we had some Spence fans in here. Now we love them both. Here at Boxing Fans Talk TV. Let me put my music on. I say she got her own theme music. We love them both. But who all of us favor here and there. But it's okay. I respect everybody's opinion, and I hope everybody be on that same page in this show. Who comes in this show and participates. I thank everybody for participating and all. It was actually a good show. It was Spence weekend and all that stuff and all that. But I might really reiterate some things. Y'all know where I stand. Um, but we had a good time, and I'm glad we did. It ended in love and all that stuff. We don't hate nobody over here. As my mom used to say, you ain't been on this earth long enough to hate nobody. I really don't think it's a time limit for that. But there is a reason to hate. I ain't totally on board with my mom's perspective, but she always used to say that. He said, "What happened?" First of all, Taya's in the building was popping king. He said, "What happened?" Like yesterday, this is my toughest season, spring and summer. I suffer from certain autoimmune disorders. One of them caused me to swell all the time, and I have to go in the ER because sometimes it's swelling in such a way that can be fatal to me. So I have to take medicine, or when I go to the ER, I get an IV and all that. Don't cry for me, y'all. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. It just so most of the time it don't hurt. Sometimes it do. If it's like fingers, toes, that shit hurt like a motherfucker. Like I be losing feeling through my whole hand or foot. But if it's my neck and up, I gotta go to the ER because I might not make it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how serious it is for me. The same kind of y'all know when y'all put something in the IV is much more quicker and better than if you take a pill. So they send me home with the same medicine in pill form, but it's better when it's in IV because it hits you real quick. You know what I'm saying? But some of that shit make me loopy or kind of high, should I say? So I wasn't gonna come on here and do y'all a disservice, all loopy and high and all that. And once again, people, it's prescribed medicine. I ain't taking my own concoction and mixing it up and all this good stuff. I do want to tell y'all coming in the near future. I'm gonna be in these streets. I'm gonna be moving around. I'm gonna try my best to figure out the way to do the show with me moving around. But I'm gonna be moving around a lot, and I ain't gonna be in front of my gear. So I'm gonna try to still do a show. But if you don't see a show tomorrow evening or Friday, it's because I'm moving around. I get back settled next week. But yeah, I got some things to do. I got some things to handle. Some folks to see. Things to do. So that's what happens sometimes when the weather break good and you retired and you ain't got no motherfucking job. You can move around. And so, I'm still young enough to do some things or whatever. We got Mother's Day coming up. I want to say what they call it, Stoner's holiday today. I had no idea. I just got a nice little picture. Stoner's holiday, shit, that should be every day. Shout outs to the Stoners and all that stuff. I didn't know that. They nowadays they got all these holidays on the calendar that I've never heard of or celebrated before. Everybody want to really go hard to pay for these holidays and everything. Thank you, Jay, for saying hope you get better. Y'all know we do the water check all the time. Water check, water check. I'm at 7 bottles. I'm at 7, so I'm like at 49 ounces. Now what is the 7 times? No. 7. I done shit. I done forgot. Goddamn. Hold on. No. Doing no, not 7. I'm doing 8. Doing 8. I did okay. I'm just finishing 8 bottles. I had to like regroup. Like, hold on now, cause I'm drinking one now. I'm at 8 bottles of water, and so I'm not quite at my what do I normally get 10 around this time, but I'm gonna keep drinking. Even after the show or whatever. But I always tell you guys the most important times to drink water is twice a day. You should drink it first thing in the morning before you hit the floor. Gonna have some on the nightstand. 8 ounces is good. If you drink more than that, that's cool too. You can never have enough water. And then get the body going. It's an engine. The water is like the lube. And then at night before you go to sleep, not when you just lay in the bed clicking through the channels or doing something else, wink wink. But when you ready to actually close your eyes and go to sleep, you should top off another 8 ounces or so. Because you got a lot of reads going on. You got rebooting, recharging, rejuvenating. You cleaning out the toxins in your system. You are burning the most calories in your sleep. The average person burns between 900 to 1,000 calories in their sleep a day. So you want to get this water in. It's going to help you tighten your skin. It's going to give you that young look. It does a lot. And you stay hydrated. So when you do get sick, you ready for everything. You don't know from day to day whether you have to go in for emergency surgery or a procedure or anything. And the one thing you need to be is hydrated. That's going to take you a long way. So make sure y'all drink y'all water. Y'all know I preach that because here at Boxing Fans Talk TV, we advocate for 100 ounces a day. 128 ounces is a gallon of water. So please, please, please drink your water. And remember, I come on every day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I give a care what the YouTube say. They'll say 11:50, all some old weirdo times. But I come on at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I stop the show when I can. You can call in, you can come in the chat, or you can, beam in. Beam in is kind of like saying FaceTime. So, we're going to give some people a chance to get in here because I notice, I think when I don't come on, it's like people be discombobulated. And then sometimes if I'm coming on all the time, y'all, my regulars come in or whatever. So I'm going to give some folks a chance to be like, oh, T is on today. So here we go. We're going to rock out. Promise that you won't let me go. Holding me tight, loving me right, giving me life all night. Telling me lies, making me cry, wasting my time. WJ Luckett is in the building. Salute Queen T. I'm here for it. Yes, yes, sir. Salute to you, King. Y'all rock out. We're waiting for some folks to come in. Tay in the building. WJ. I'm sorry, y'all, for not coming in yesterday. A sister had a medicine up. But I'm good. I'm good. As I say, I'm going to be moving and shaking in these streets for the next couple of days. I'm going to try to come on, but I got to work with other people's devices. So I don't know how it's going to come off. I don't want to have to go give me some, like a laptop or something, just so I can be in these streets these next couple of days. But I got to move around, y'all. I got to move around. I'm retired. I can't sit in one place all the time. Sing it, girl. Don't y'all like this lovely remix? Giving folks time to get up in here. It's Wednesday, y'all. Middle of the week, hump day. Break it down. Salute to everybody. How we do? We're just crank moving a little bit, man. Welcome to the show. This some relaxing music right here. This driving, that's driving. That's driving music right there.
they woke up a giant and they called him Scoop, huh? Oh, they woke up
Hey,
a giant
WJ and
called
Tay,
him Scoop, huh?
y'all had a good time Monday?
Hey, Scoop, drop down, hold it, Scoop. You know how we do, man? This is Kringle right here, man. CD coming to the tune. Testing for perfection.
I got a little bit of news for y'all today. I'm gonna update. You know, I got some updates. I told y'all, you know, some of them stories I broke in the last week. I was gonna keep y'all updated on anything that I thought was relevant, and I come with the receipts.
Oh, they woke up a giant and they called him Scoop, man. I think you ready this time to go around, huh?
Oh yeah, WJ said Monday was crazy, but I loved it. 100 fire, 100. It's Actamundo. I had a good time too, WJ. I had a great time. It was all that. Hey, but we ended peaceful, and that's what I love. We ended in peace. You know? Make sure y'all hit the like, share, and subscribe button if you haven't already. And what I mean by that, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe. But if you did subscribe, you don't got to do it again. You locked in, player.
Come on, sis.
Lean on that leasy when you step in my heezy. Oh, man, look at this. I know y'all heard the music cut out. I don't know what is that about. Let's see. I don't know. Can y'all hear me? I don't know why this thing do that. Hold on, y'all. I don't even know if y'all hear me now. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I don't know what that's about, y'all. I better not have a short in this thing. I love go-go music. Love go-go music. I think it's my internet though. Sing it, girl.
Yeah.
From the beginning to the end, you always been here right beside. So I call you
I miss DC. I miss the DMV area. My old stomping grounds. I gotta plan a trip up there. Remember, y'all, I don't own the music to this. I don't own this music. It's for educational purposes only. YouTube. Let me put the banner up. It's automatic. That's Brandy, right? They remixing her song. They went out of one song right into another. That shit be bad as hell. Tay said I missed most of Monday's stream, but man, these Spitz fans are all on up. They are. They hype. Y'all shaking y'all booty like me.
Hey, I hear the cowbell calling.
Them cowbells.
Hey, whoa. I hear the cowbell calling.
Them cowboys. Them cowbells. That's a cowboy.
I hear the cowbell calling.
give it a couple of more. Waiting for folks to get in. I think they were like, man, what happened to Miss T? She wasn't here yesterday. I can say this. My final two things I'm gonna say. Bud, I hope you watch my show. Or if you don't watch it, I hope somebody who know you watch my show. When you do get this fight with Earl Spence, you're going to have to prepare for them low blows. It's not enough to just tell the ref in the back room. You have to have an answer for that shit. Because they coming, but I know you're a professional. You're going to work that thing out. Secondly, I would not fight in Texas nowhere. They need to be on neutral grounds. In my opinion, something I've never seen before. Spence fans be serious about him. That's a good thing, but sometimes it's a bridge too far. Because, Bud, if you fight in Texas, I don't think your family can come. Because if you lose, they're going to be sore losers. They're going to threaten them, your family. You couldn't even go in that stadium wearing your Bud gear or something. Because you're going to have to fight for your life coming up out of there. And Texas fans, y'all might think that's funny, but y'all the only ones to do that. That's why I advocate that the Bud and Spence fight need to be on neutral grounds. Now, whatever other rules and guidelines y'all got to come up with, y'all handle that behind closed doors. PGA's Big Dog is in the building. What's poppin', King? He said, salute Queen T. He said, nope, Spence is not a dirty fighter. PGA's, he does go low. I never call him a dirty fighter, though. But he does do that. And it happens. But it's just too frequent for me. That's all I say. Some fighters got to prepare for that. Some people, you got to prepare for that happening. He's one of them guys. Alright, I'm going to wind this down. Even though I'm having a good time over here, I'm jamming. What about y'all? Hey, I love me some go-go music. I ain't gonna lie. I could be in the club all day, all night, jamming to some go-go music. And that's a good workout too. Cause did y'all know a little fun fact? Most of y'all probably already know this, but for the folks who don't know, dancing is probably like up there right behind walking is one of the best exercises to do. You can burn about 900 calories an hour. You can go in the gym, hit the elliptical, lift some weights, ride the fan bike. You can do a whole lot of stuff in an hour workout or an hour and a half. Hell, you can work out 2 hours and you won't break 400 calories. But dancing, in 1 hour, you will burn 900 calories. You know, we laugh at people that are always in the club every weekend. Them be some of the best shape people, in shape people. I ain't talking about the wallflowers, but the people who actually get on the dance floor. Them be the some of the best in shape people, you know, out there, because dancing is, like I said, is up there. Like walking, just walking. You know, if you walk a considerable amount of distance, and you do this every day at the same time, you burn calories for 36 hours after you finish walking. Like it does, you don't stop burning calories for another 36 hours. And of course, you talk about a 24-hour day. So when you come back the next day at the same time, you still burning calories from the day before that you was walking. You know what I'm saying? That's why walking is one of the best exercise. People will say swimming and other stuff. All exercise is good, but I'm just talking about the best that's going to yield you the most calorie burns. Those are the ones. If you run, people think running is better than walking. Now, because as soon as you stop running, you stop really burning calories. You ain't gonna burn them that much longer after you stop running. But another good one is sleeping. When you're in a deep sleep, a real deep sleep, when you go through all the different phases of sleeping, it's like three or four. I want to say four phases of sleeping, but when you go through the different sleep phases, like I ain't gonna break them down, like, because that's just getting too geeky. But you know, um, it's just up and down. You got parts of your phases where you kind of not deep sleep, but then you go through a deep sleep for so many minutes. I don't know how they know this shit, but if you ever taken Psych 101, they'll break that shit down. But anywho, when you sleep, you burn about 900 to 1,000 calories. It's all about your genetics too, but that's on average approximately 900 to 1,000 calories when you sleep. That's why I tell y'all to drink y'all water at night right before you lay down to go to sleep. Get everything moving the way it's supposed to. And then when you get up in the morning, that first bathroom break, first thing when you get out of bed, or when you get up in the body, get the moving, and you gotta go to the bathroom, you be cleaning out some shit. The water that you drank that night before is gonna help you flush a lot of stuff out, toxins and amongst other things. You know what I'm saying? So, when I was a clubber in my day, yeah, I had a good time. I used to go to club at least 2 or 3 times during the week. But when you young, you can do shit like that. You get older, man. You might as well hang up them damn shoes. Holla if you hear me. Anywho, but yeah, that fighting in Texas. I hope they don't. I don't know where it's gonna be, but I hope they don't. I'm calling for New York at the Barclays, maybe even Madison Square Garden, Atlanta at the Mercedes Benz, and that's a huge stadium, or Las Vegas. I'm not even calling for Cali, and where it's neutral grounds. Because I can tell you, New York and Atlanta, you try some shenanigans out there, they're gonna be ready for you. You ain't gonna make it to the airport if you want to act a donkey. I don't care which side of the fence you on. You ain't gonna make it to the airport. In Atlanta, them good old boys ready for you. They ready for the shit. But Texas, you might get hurt going out there. You gonna be in this bud. You go out there, you gonna be the only one to make it to the ring. If you beat them, they're gonna be sore losers. Anybody that's repping you, your fans ain't gonna be able to come because shit, y'all two ain't gonna be the only people fighting. And it's not that Bud fans are scared of Spence fans or Spence fans scared of Bud fans. It's just I never seen nothing like it. Like I can't understand it, to be honest. It's unfortunate, but so we just gonna do preventive measurements. Hopefully, just have it on neutral ground and make sure security is tight. Bud fans don't need to be starting no shit, and Spence fans don't need to be starting no shit. They should be just enjoying the show. But that's the two conclusions I have come up with as far as what I probably want to see. Don't mean I'm gonna get my wish, but one can hope. That's all I can say. Um, we're gonna start this off before I drop the link. Because I'm just putting out some news and I want to hear what you think. If y'all want to reiterate anything that I've gone over in the last couple of weeks, you more than welcome to do so. Let me make sure these phone lines are open, and they haven't been seeming to work here lately. But hopefully they're gonna work today. Cause I've answered some phone calls, but then we couldn't hear them. I don't know what was that about. They put these phones up. Um, let's see. I could be. I got so many things open. Um, nope. Now it's acting the donkey. You know what? Close that one out. The music. Mhm. Close this out. I'm gonna close some of these things out because maybe that's slowing me down. Yeah, I had to reboot or do something with my computer. I don't know what's going on. Y'all tight. Like I'm just trying to close some stuff. My phones don't want to open today. But y'all can come in through the chat. Hey, if y'all watching, let me make sure the Facebook folks is up here. Let's see. Uh, bring Facebook into here. Y'all know when I start my show, if I'm playing any kind of music, I gotta shut Facebook down for a second. They the ones that be tripping and shit. Y'all be tripping Facebook, but even though they see this banner saying I don't own the music and all that, I don't be having time for them. Welcome Facebook. Welcome all of y'all who watching in Facebook. Take a half a second. Go into your YouTube, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. If you watching me on replay, leave a comment. Just leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about it. You know, good or bad. However you feel about it. I listen. I'm open. Just leave a comment. Anywho, lean on the leezy when you step into my heezy. Hit the like button when you step into the square circle. Anywho, so let's get on with it. We got Oscar De La Hoya is being sued for sexually assaulting somebody. I don't know. Like, I don't know if he's continuously doing this. Why do I talk about it? You ask. I have to talk about it because he owns Golden Boy. And there's a lot of fighters under that banner. And my computer is froze and locked up. Okay. Don't know why. Hold on, because I had an article to read for y'all. Lord have mercy. And it's gonna act okay. Here we go, and I'm gonna show y'all the receipt. Like I said, I don't talk about people's personal stuff unless it bleeds into boxing. And a by him having boxers under his banner, that people want to see, you got to talk about it. Okay, y'all see Scooby Axon? He wrote this. Oscar De La Hoya is being sued by a former employee, of Casa Mexico Enterprises, a tequila company he is a partner in, who says the former boxer world champion sexually assaulted her twice in 2020, once during a company event and another time at his residence. Now, I know a lot of folks are saying, why is she at his residence? I just said that in my mind too. She says she returned to her hotel room on the first night and was awakened by De La Hoya pounding on the door. After opening the door, De La Hoya allegedly dropped his pants to his ankles, pushed his way into the room, and got into a Riccone bed, the Riccone bed, or whatever, however you pronounce that. The Riccones say she shoved De La Hoya, I guess that's her name, De La Hoya from the bed, walked him to his room, opened his door, and returned to her room. The next morning, Riccone was in charge of managing the Casa Mexico trip activities. She went to De La Hoya's room to wake him as he did not show up with the rest of the group. Okay, my computer moving slow. Y'all bear with me. In response to her knocking on the door, De La Hoya pushed her onto his bed and allegedly sexually assaulted her. Coney says the company took no action after she told then CEO Eric Gerardo Leva Busia, he got too many goddamn names, about the assault, according to the lawsuit. USA Today does not name potential victims of sexual misconduct, but Rukuni has made her identity public. Shortly after the group returned to Los Angeles, Rukuni and several others went to dinner and then De La Hoya's house. At one point, De La Hoya was alone with Rukuni and allegedly retrieved a sexual object and forcefully inserted into her. Huh? See, I'm reading it for the first time, like I'm reading it to you guys. She also says that during her employment at Casa Mexico, her supervisors repeatedly subjected her to unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, or other verbal, visual, and physical conduct of sexual nature. And I know some of y'all are saying why she even went to his a party that he would be throwing if he's doing what he's doing. I know that's hard to understand for some folks, but as women, when you're out here in the world and you're trying to exist in this doggy dog world, sometimes you got to keep it pushing. And, we like to overlook some things, but you got to play it by ear or whatever. Michael Goach, Casa Mexico CEO, Robert Croson, Casa Mexico COO, and DV Capital Partners, a Florida company owned by Gooch, are named as the other defendants, and Rukuni is requesting a jury trial seeking punitive and exemplary damages. Rukuni was hired to do marketing for the company in 2019 with the title of Casa Mexico's Vice President of Marketing, even though she was not directly employed by the company. She was fired in November, months after the company discussed filing for an initial public offering, which she was against. Okay, this thing is moving slow, y'all, so bear with me. Damn, trying to show receipts. The motherfucker don't want to cooperate. Let me see, okay. So the following month, Casa Mexico filed a contract business governance lawsuit against Leva Buccio and Rukuni, a spokesperson for Golden Boy Enterprises, a boxing promotion company De La Hoya founded, declined comment. Oscar De La Hoya sexually assaulted Miss Rukuni. Miss Rukuni has been severely impacted and has filed a lawsuit to hold him accountable and those perpetrating toxic masculinity and a hostile work environment where her abuse was not just tolerated, but encouraged and condoned by Casa Mexico's executives Michael Goach, and Robert Croson. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, you got that kind of time where you insert something, nigga. Me and Oscar gonna be throwing them hands, and of course he gonna win. But when people ask why I look beat the fuck up, hey, we gotta tell. That's when all the truth coming out. So certain moves that she might have made, and I'm not blaming victims. Um, we can say because we're not in it that we don't understand. But from the outside looking in with a clear head, that was a bridge too far, I would think. And I'm gonna make you have to tell what happened, because if I throw hands, smack you, do whatever, fight you off, you got to think if you beat my ass, you got to explain that shit, because you ain't gonna kill me. He ain't gonna be no killer. He might, I don't know what he was gonna do. But maybe she felt like, let me just gather myself to get up out of here. And sometimes, you ride everything in your life on the job that you have. Everything's riding on that job, and it's not as easy to walk away, especially if maybe 300 out of the days of the year you don't even have to see this nigga. You only see him sometimes maybe 1 week out the year or whatever. Sometimes you could probably be saying to yourself, you know what? I'm gonna try to suck it up because I only have to see him a couple of days. But see, that insertion and shit like that, that was a bridge too far. As a survivor of this abuse, she wants others to know this behavior is unacceptable and it doesn't matter who you are. We will seek justice on her behalf. said Raccooni's attorney, Sylvia Torres Gulian of Andre Gonzalez. De La Hoya, 49, found stardom after winning. Well, we know who De La Hoya is. That don't matter. Um, After turning pro, he won 11 world titles. Okay, finishing his career with that, and found the Golden Boy promotion in 2002. He was accused of sexual assault in 2017 by an unidentified woman, and in 1998, when a then 15-year-old girl said Oscar De La Hoya raped and imprisoned her in a Cabo San Lucas, Mexico hotel room. That case was settled out of court. You know, Oscar, he gonna be getting a lot of karma. If you do shit like that and think that you just gonna ride off into the sunset, you sadly mistaken. Tay said, "I miss." Yeah, I told you about that. Let me see. Oh, Sir Antbo is in the building. Was popping king. Now I read y'all that because one, you know that Oscar been sending out sonar buoys and requests. He was trying to make himself clear that, hey, Tank, you're a free agent soon. Come on over here with us. And I put a video out saying, Tank, why not? Well, I'm a woman of a particular age. I can change my mind. I would say, Tank, stay the fuck from around Oscar. He got too much shit on his fingers for you to be going over there parlaying with Golden Boy or anything. I read the receipt, the article, so y'all can see that Miss T did not pull it out her ass. Yeah, salute, Ambo. What's up, King? WD Lucky said, damn, Oscar. He can't seem to get away from that shit. That seemed to be his method of operation, don't it? Settle out of court for kidnapping and rape. Yeah, a child. You got daughters, Oscar. And I don't understand shit like that neither. Because I always think of men as the protector of the women in their family. That's just how I see it. I don't know how I'm supposed to see it any other way. You guys in the chat, y'all let me know if I'm wrong about that. Isn't men the protectors of the women in their family? Because I can tell you like this, just in animal instincts, men are predators, innately. Women are prey innately, and we all know, we know our roles in this world. But humans are intelligent beings, so we don't have to act like animals or whatever. We can have intelligent choices or make intelligent choices. But I don't know how you hurt a child. I just don't know how you do it, especially when you're grown. And I don't care if you're like 23, 24, you are grown at that point. I don't know how you reach back and hurt a teenager. I really don't know how you hurt anybody who's easily to be hurt by you. Like you got the advantage. Like I'm not gonna sit up there and beat up on a child. I know I can win the fight. If I'm gonna throw my hands, I'm gonna throw my hands with somebody who's equally as strong as me. I'm not a bully. But I don't know what's up with Oscar. Them drugs and really got to his ass. Um but yeah, that's sad. That's just sad. I don't get it. WJ Lucky said, no, you right, Queen. Um, Sir Ambo said, men aren't predators. What kind of fucked up shit? Laughing. Um, Not in, listen, and Sir Ambo, meaning innately, men do prey. Between men and women, men are predators and women are prey. I'm talking about the animalistic side of us. But I back that up by saying we are human beings, so we can make wise decisions. Men can be predators. They can. They can. And I mean, just like a male lion is a predator, or you got predators out there, in the animals kingdom, which we are a part of, um, the males are the predators. Even though we got some badass animals that where females reign supreme, like hyenas, sometimes in a wolf pack, a female can reign supreme. But in most situations when you're talking about animals, males are the predators. Do that mean that they act like predators? It's a choice. You don't have to be, especially if you're a human. You don't have to be a predator. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, it's just like this. I would say it like this, Sir Ambo. You don't ever want to pose a challenge to a dude. If somebody if a woman pose a challenge to you, you're gonna take it. And a woman can pose a challenge to you indirectly or not even knowing she do. I don't think a lot of men realize that women, because of fear of whatever, women do a lot of preventative shit per day compared to y'all. Somebody did a study of it. They actually held it in a class, and they asked all the students, name the things that women do per day as a preventive measurement for somebody like a man, coming at them, or just people in general. And it was a laundry list of shit. And then they said, "What do y'all guys do?" And it was a very short list. Women do a lot, but I can't convey that to you really, really well. Most men be able to see something like that when they have daughters. They do, because men know how men are, and when you have daughters, that's why you guys are overprotective of your daughters, because you know how shit can hop off. Proving the point that I was saying, men can be predatorial. Sir Ampo says, settle out of court for kidnapping and rape. Why you can't put him in jail and take everything, right? Um, he got money. When you got money, you can tie up the courts. You can stall. It's not saying that you automatically win, but you can stall. And the person that he probably violated ain't got that kind of money. Y'all hit that like button. A female lion is actually the killer. Yes, she is. But the lion is the king. We all know that. He says slut walk. Big gun. Ronald Finkley said, exactly. I have two daughters. I don't play by mine. Exactly. My dad don't play by his neither, even to this day. And we well past the age that my dad should have to have that job, but that nigga ain't never quit his job. You know what I'm saying? And my dad is an older man, but he ain't quitting. He got nephews. He got people to do what he can't do or whatever. He's still good to go though, and he ain't playing about his. But that's just how it is. Until they have daughters, until a lot of men have daughters, this is just something that they don't really see or pick up. You know, Sir Ambrose say, got daughters, aunties, mama, grandma, great grandma, and they don't play. Yeah, women have to learn, Sir Ampo, how to protect themselves too. This is why I said we do a lot of things y'all men don't do on a daily basis for preventive measurements. You know, there's just certain things we can't do that are harmless, that are harmless. But you can't pose it. Like, for instance, I could be sitting and on a rough neighborhood, or on one of them streets, maybe where there are a lot of ill-begotten means of being done, and I could pull out a banana or an ice cream cone and just be licking it, having a good old time, not even thinking nothing sexual. A guy could walk past, and whatever's going on in his imagination, I don't got nothing to do with that. But I have now just posed a challenge to him, and he ain't gonna act on it. Now, I'm not saying he gonna come over there and beat me across the head. He might come and say, "Hey, what you doing later tonight?" Hey, and I'm like, "Nigga, you get all of that because I'm eating a banana. I just want to eat a banana." It depends on what it is. You know how far you can push me. You know how Oh, the sound is gone. Shit. Tell me, can y'all hear me? Shit. Can y'all hear me? Let me know when y'all can hear me. Hold on. Okay. Shit. I'm gonna play some music. See if y'all can hear. Can y'all hear the music? Okay. I apologize, y'all. I don't know. I just bought these headsets, and they beats for God's sake. Motherfuckers ain't working. I think it's a shortening headset. That's a damn shame. I paid some good money for this. But I don't know what part that y'all missed out on. But I was talking about how I put these shoes at the front door. They're like size 13 or 14. And when you answer the door, especially if it's a guy, he can see these shoes. So he have to assume that there's a king on deck, right? And I'd be like, what you want? You know what I'm saying? And if they try to sell me something, I'm like, I know I'm a woman and I know I'm answering the door, but you read this sign. Why are you continuing? But do they do men like that? Men don't do other men like they do women. So that's why I said, Sir Ampo, that's a good question or a statement, that you guys don't, some men, y'all not gonna think of yourself as predatory, but you guys are naturally. You're naturally predatory, and ain't nothing wrong with that. This is how we are designed. It's great now, music and you, Queen. Okay, Ronald Finkley. So Oscar, he just ain't gonna change. He is who he is, and he's the head of Golden Boy. And when he do shit like this, he jeopardizes everybody's career. So I don't really get into people's personal life, but when it crossed the line into boxing, I have to say something. We have black fighters signed to Golden Boy. He don't even care for black fighters, in my opinion. And so, but he do know money makers when he see them. So we know the Tank is gonna be a free agent, and I actually put out a video saying, Tank, why not? He'll get you the fights. He gonna throw you to the wolves, and if you have been complaining about the fact how Mayweather moving you or sparing you from the tough fights, because look at how your fans are responding. You're losing fans because it seems like you're only fighting people that you know you can beat, and you're too young in your career to be doing that. So now Tank is probably sick of it. He held his tongue for as long as he can, but after this Rody fight, he is pretty much divorced from Mayweather, and Oscar's like, come on over here, brother. Come on over here. But you can't follow a known rapist or a person accused. You can't follow people like him. He has a drug problem, and he has a damn predator problem. He prey on women. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry. The minute you try to insert some shit, I'd have beat the shit out of Oscar. He'd have had to beat my ass. That's how I feel. And I say that knowing that we can all say what we'll do, but we don't know what we'll do until that day happens. But how I feel right now, sitting here, I'd have beat the fuck out of him, hoping he'll strike me. I hope he beat the shit out of me. I'll survive it. Because he got to explain why we was fighting like this. Go ahead and tell him you tried to rape me, Oscar. That's what I'll be saying. He beat my ass because I wouldn't let him rape me. That's what I would be saying. Ronald Finkler said, interesting. I'm watching King Richard as you speak, talking about the coincidence about protection of daughters. Yeah, raising a daughter, especially by yourself, like I had to do. It was scary because I can only protect her so much. You can only protect your kids for so much. But I realized some things about me. When it comes to my kids, I'm truly a mama grizzly. I don't give a fuck about nothing when it comes to the protection of my children. I don't even care about myself. I'm ready to go. When it comes to the protection of my children, I didn't know that about me before I had kids. I didn't know that I would go to those lengths to protect mine. You know what I'm saying? But I worry about my daughter. I worry, when she just go to school. Who gonna try you today? Do you have an answer for it? Just being somebody short or whatever. I'm not short, y'all. I've gotten a lot of feedback that a lot of people think that I'm short. I'm actually not short, y'all. I'm a tall person. a lot of people think that I'm short, but I'm not. That's cute. That's funny to me because I've been tall for a long time. But as you get older, you shrink. Especially if you get weight on you, you shrink. But I'm older, so I have been shrinking over the years. Once you get in your 30s, you start to shrink. But my tallest was 5'10". I'm about 5'10". Minus whatever I'm shrinking because I'm getting older. But a lot of people think sitting here at this desk that I'm like 5'3", 5'4". No, tall person. Now my daughter, she's very short. She's like 5'1". My son, he's like 6'3". Ronald Finkler said women are good that way, at least the females I know. Yeah. We get taught a lot of preventative stuff. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't go ahead there. Don't just like this here. Don't. It's a lot of don'ts. Y'all men are not raised that way. And you understand because in your lifetime as a woman, somebody gonna try you. Especially when they don't think nobody looking. He said keep their daughters close. Exactly. Ronald and Sir Ample, I know y'all go hard for y'all's. But this is kind of shit that Oscar doing. And Oscar doing this shit, why? This is predatorial. Because he know he has money. What Oscar is worth? Close to 500,000? 500 million? 300 million, something like that. Oscar's worth a lot of money. And he's not picking women who's worth the same as him. There's a method to when you're being predatory. You can't pick somebody on the same level you are. You know what I'm saying? Or just as rich. Oscar ain't gonna get that crazy. But mano to mano, hand to hand, who got the upper hand? Oscar do. He knows that. He knows the woman don't have a lot of money because she worked for him. You know what I'm saying? He knows that her livelihood, whatever she got going on at home, is riding on her job. He knows that 9 times out of 10, women gonna turn the other cheek. See, he's a predator. He knows these things. He's preying on somebody weaker than him. That's what being predatorial is all about. Yes, we do have tough women who ain't gonna take no shit from nobody. However, as a woman, y'all can say this too, and it's true. When it comes to brute strength, we are no match for men. It just is what it is. Women, get a reprieve because in the inside, we are stronger than you guys. So on the outside, brute strength, we don't have that. And that's the advantage. If every woman had the strength of a silverback, you think men will fuck with them? Y'all answer that one. If every woman had the natural strength of a silverback compared to men's regular strength, do you think men will fuck with them? They wouldn't. Oscar knows that. Caps and Full G is in the building was popping king. It would be my honor if you watch. Thanks. Watch what? It'd be my honor if you watch. Did you say something earlier? Did I miss something? Of course I watch. But what we watching, Caps? I was just talking about Oscar, and I read the article, y'all. I didn't pull this out my ass. This man chronically has this problem. You know how many times we're gonna read? Like, if he was one of you guys, would they have nipped it in the bud by now? It's called having the upper hand. Which he does it because he has the leverage on so many levels. He can outmuscle the lady. He got more money than her. He can tie her up in court. He can throw money at her. Some women, I'm not saying women can't be devious, but just because you can do something, that don't always mean you should. But I brought him up because he owns one of the top promotional company that these fighters are engaging in, who are signed with him. He could be put in jail and lose everything. Where does that leave his fighters? He's not thinking about the business. They have jobs that will affect other people. You know, innocent people become casualties of his stupidity. He said, just dropped the video, Vada equal undisputed, and I put you as my intro. I'll check it out. I'm honored that you chose me. I'll check it out gladly. But, you know, I made sure that I put this story out because I did make a video, and I stand here and tell you guys, I did make a video that I said, Tank, why not? Because everybody would say, well, Oscar's racist. You know what? If he's racist, he's going to throw Tank to the wolves. That means he's going to put him in some tough fights. And what have we all been asking for Tank to be in tough fights? They did it to Mayweather too. Make no mistakes about it. They was hoping somebody would come along and trip Mayweather up, but it didn't happen because Mayweather is just that damn good. So it's almost like, do you feel sorry for these fighters who get put in with some killers right there in the beginning that can derail their whole career before it even gets started? It happens. It happens to a lot of fighters. Somebody like Nico Walsh, it ain't gonna happen to him. Somebody made a statement, how long he gonna have four round fights? That was a good statement. How long we gonna keep watching Nico Walsh have 4 rounds? You think they did Floyd like that? Hell no. What other black fighters they do that to? People could say Nico is Muhammad Ali's grandson. I don't think he's a black man. I don't think he classifies himself as a black man. I don't know, but I don't think he does. He don't have to. I'm not saying it in regards like that. But I don't think he's a black man. I don't think he lives his life, let me say it like that, as a black man. That's not nothing wrong. Ain't no shade to Nico. His father is not a black man, and he should be proud of both sides of him. You know, but Tank, I apologize for my assessment. I will tell you I'm wrong. Stay the fuck around Oscar. Shit, them earlier testimonies or things that he found himself in, I shouldn't even been thinking, you know, give him a reprieve or anything. Tank, stay the fuck from Oscar. Don't take him up on his offer. Maceo Golden is in the building. He said, "Hello, Lady T. How are you?" I'm good. I'm good, Maceo. I'm good. Ronald Finkley said, "I truly believe you are of your father." I am of my father. Yeah, my father taught me a lot. My dad, he's a tough guy. He don't say many words. I remember it's story time, y'all. Ooh, I'm coming right into puberty, right? And I should have known better. Why would I try to introduce my daddy to a nigga named Killer? That's what he called himself, Killer. I don't think that's what his mama named him. And I was very young, and my dad, he used to have, ever since we were young, he had like an ice cream store or a restaurant. He always had some kind of business, but he drove a truck. Now this truck was bad, man. It was a candy truck / ice cream truck. But you get hot dogs, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, whatever. You get all kinds of shit off my dad's truck, but he always get stage strapped too. So I'm over there, like when we go spend the weekend with our dad, because my mom and dad wasn't together. When we go spend the weekend with him, he always took us to his family house, and we stayed there because we had cousins and stuff over there. We had our girl cousins over there. So me and my sister be over there, and we liked it because we got to run the streets, be out late. Shit we can't do when we with our mama, right? So I'm out there hanging and shit, and my dad truck out there. I don't know why I ain't see this motherfucker. So I'm over there all in this nigga face, laughing, and all this shit. I turned around there. You know how sometimes your dads can talk to you telepathically. Come around and think you can just look at your daughter and she already know what to do. That man gave me a look. I knew, come here. He didn't even say nothing. But I was like, come here. I said, yes. I'm probably like 12 or 13. And he just looked at me. He had this mean look. Then he looked at the boy, but I was scared. He said, what can make you laugh can make you cry. I was like, what? Why are you telling me that 12 or 13? I'm like, what is he trying to say? Is he talking in riddles? Ronald said, I was definitely knowing you were of your father, but I was speaking on a little hype job, Nico. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Nico Walshy twin, I believe, and dad is white. To me, I'm just saying, yeah. And I had said, and I don't mean no harm when I say this about Nico. I say he's a little bit more diluted. You know what I'm saying? Like he tried to say, I want to get it from the mud, but you do be trying to ride off your grandfather's name, and that's your grandfather. You can, but it's kind of bad when you ride off your father or your grandfather's name and you don't have their talent. If that makes sense to y'all. That's why a lot of times you can't live for as y'all, sons, they can't live for you and you can't live through them. They got to be their own individual because, something's going to get missed. The comparison is going to sometimes be detrimental. It's rare that the father is all that and the son is all that. That shit is rare. There's going to be a break in the line. Muhammad Ali got several grandsons. Jayla, little boy, looked just like him to me, just a shade or two darker. And he looked like him. Hell, that dude, Michelle Rivera. I swear to God, if I ain't know no better, I'd be like. And then, they always talk about Muhammad Ali got one biological son. In my head, I'd be like, bullshit, a lot of. That son he supposedly adopted, that boy looked just like him. Just like him. I was watching something about Muhammad Ali the other day, and it was like him and his last wife adopted this little boy. The mother didn't want the child, and somehow they got him. I'm like, what? That little boy looked just like him. I was like, do a DNA test. Who they kidding? Ronald Finkley can't live vicariously through another Correct. Yeah. That's not cool. But see, Fame got to Oscar. Fame, all the girls that he mowed down in his career, all that shit got to him. Money just spoiled them. And he has a problem. He has a drug problem. He has a drinking problem, and he got a problem with understanding no. So everybody don't want your dick, Oscar. Too much controversy over there, Tank. Too much. I honestly, at this point, I don't even know what Tank should do if he become a free agent. I know the Tank is not ready per se to be like his own boss, or like put up his own money and put his own event on. He can't do that. So Tank got to get with somebody. But I stand corrected. That's what I'm doing, standing corrected for even suggesting that maybe, Tank, maybe you should take Oscar up. I think some of y'all said hell no, and I should have listened. But in light of these new charges, I know we in 2022, but that's how slow shit move. If it was y'all know if it happened in 2020, in 2020 they would have been dealing with it. When we talking about Oscar De La Hoya, was worth $300 to $500 million. Look how justice works. Oh, he gonna pay. And it says he's being sued. So it sounds like he dodged that bullet criminally too. So she can sue him. You can go for somebody for some criminal acts and then turn around and sue them civilly. But I think the criminal comes first. If you can't get them criminally, you can always get them civilly. The circumstantial evidence might not be enough to get somebody criminally, but it can get them civilly. And so that's why a lot of people go that route. The Tank stay far away from that shit. You don't need those kind of problems. And no boxer, for that matter, needs to be linked up with Oscar, because Oscar don't know what to do with his hands and his appendages. He doesn't know what to do with them. And if he go down, all of y'all going down. So I just wanted to correct the record on that. And say whoever said that, y'all was right. So hold on, let me put the link in the chat. That was my lead story. I can't believe Oscar ass. Anyway, moving on. Canelo says he don't care about Triple G. He won't impress. Why y'all think that is? Why y'all think Canelo's saying that about Triple G? I won't impress. But what y'all think about Canelo saying it? Now, Canelo's supposed to got this 3-fight deal where he gonna fight Bivol. I don't know who the other opponent was. He might be trying to go for Better BF. I think he's gonna have a time on his hand with Bivol and or Better BF. But if he gets through them, oh shit, Triple G ain't gonna be shit. Canelo gonna watch this dude. Easy. Real easy. Canelo might hurt him. When we saw this last Triple G fight, we saw him age. I don't know if you guys did, but I saw it. He aged. That don't mean that you can't be dangerous, but he aged. He won't that younger fighter he was 8 or 6, 7 years ago. Ronald Finkley said, all the brothers going to be talking about this, but never think of the turmoil around us. I frankly don't care what they do when our community are backwards. Ronald, you sound frustrated sometimes. That's how I be getting. I be like, man, I can't save people who don't want to be saved. I always say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You got to find solace, Ronald, in the fact that you tried to told him. You know what I'm saying? That would I be like. That's what I say to folks. I tried to told you. He said Canelo magically had no knee problems. Yeah, I don't like it's smoke and mirrors with Canelo. Can he fight? Yes, he can. From the waist up, that boy dangerous. And that's why I be like, all the extra stuff that these fighters be doing, I don't get it because, you don't need it. You don't need it. I know a lot of people think I probably don't like Earl Spence, but I do. I do like him as a fighter. I do root for him. But, between him and Bud, I got Bud. The Spence is very dangerous. I just don't like the low blows. And I know a lot of guys don't like to talk about it. I don't know why. I just don't feel it's necessary. It's hard for me to get into a fight when I keep seeing that. It's real hard. Because I be like, what's the intent? If you take them out, if you take that action out of his repertoire, can he still win? Yes. I believe everybody that he has won a fight against, he did not need that. But I can't tell you why he doesn't. I simply can't. Do Canelo need to do the extra shit that he do with the clenbuterol and all that? Maybe he feel he does. We know that Canelo can gas out. Now see, if you naturally a person who can gas out, it ain't so much you can do to improve that. And so when you try to improve it, you're gonna make some improvements, but you're not gonna conquer that. But that's the beauty of boxing. Because you left it all in the field, you came prepared or whatever. But if you're a person that gas out, then you cannot be considered a top dog. If you taking something that stops you from gassing out, that's cheating. If you take something that stops you from what else he does? If you taking something to help you lose weight, that's cheating. Capsule Full G said yes, a lot of low blows. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I know y'all say pause because y'all don't like to talk about it and all that, but it's relevant. It's one thing. I used to like Abner Mars, but he was a chronic low blow hitter too. I didn't like him after that. And the worst low blow incidents I've ever seen is when this white guy, I think he was fighting Riddick Bowe. Oh shit. I was like, damn, he making my stomach hurt. And I ain't got no balls. I couldn't even watch the fight no more. The ref was like, all right, I can't with you. Because that was some blatant shit. I've never seen nothing so blatant. And I was like, when you hear about boxers, and you guys, full disclosure, I coach boxing. I'm training to be an official coach. I deal mostly with kids, but I deal with adults too. Like I assist the coaches I work with, like Coach G and Coach Diaz. Coach G been on the show, but I know that some of the injuries they sustain, you'll be surprised. A lot of them come out of a fight where there was no low blows and just a pure D dog fight, and maybe pissing blood sometimes. And you can't tell me that you're supposed to piss blood. Like that's normal. You can go your whole life. Let's say you're not a boxer or a superior athlete and never piss blood. But you don't supposed to have blood oozing out of certain areas of your body. Like women, this could happen to you, but you can't have blood oozing out of your breast. That's a problem. It happens to women, but when that happens, you need to go check on that. You know what I'm saying? And yes, women have cycles, so that's different. But we can't piss blood either. You're not, wherever you pee from, There cannot be blood coming out of that. That's a problem. And these boxers, after doing a bout, a whole match, these are the injuries that they come with. They don't complain about it. They don't tell everybody. They don't cry about it. So imagine getting hit in your lower region, and can you imagine what that's doing? Do you want to be sterile? I mean, anything can happen. I'm sincerely concerned with injuries like that. The other pet peeve of mine is I do not like rabbit punches. I despise them. See, if I was a ref, I would take the point. I would give you one warning. One. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm taking points. And if you keep doing it, I'm taking 2. You're going to learn today. Rabbit punches, lower region punches, and hitting you on the back, on that your backside. You're going to be out of there. Your record going to be fucked if you fucking with me with that. Those are the 3 areas I can't take. I'll deal with other stuff. I even deal with an occasional accidental low blow because that could happen. But I ain't dealing with no chronic. Ronald Fickley said, I may try to ease off the Spence versus Crawford talk. Is going to be difficult. But if the fight did have 500,000 pay-per-view, it was because of the entire card. Exactly. You don't have to ease off it, Ronald. You just probably need to talk to people who can be logical and reasonable and rational about the situation. Like, I feel like my show is that way. We talk our shit, we have our fun, but we come together in the end, right? And like I tell you guys, anybody you see in this chat, go subscribe to them. Even if they don't have a channel, it don't mean they don't have a YouTube channel. Some people got YouTube channels, don't even know it. If you got a Gmail account, you have a YouTube channel. And I always say, go show your black love. Just go subscribe to them. Everybody. Anybody who's looking at this today, hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Ronald said, yeah, that's hard to do. Piss blood unless you are in something grueling. It's not normal. Fight should be in Vegas, neutral grounds. Yeah. 3 places I named. The Barclays Center, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, or State Farm in Atlanta. They right next to each other. Or Vegas. Yeah, Miss T, your audience is intelligent. I appreciate it, King. Because we gotta respect each other. We ain't meant to think alike. We ain't meant to feel alike. You know what I'm saying? We're different. We don't have a monopoly on knowledge. I could be wrong. I'm standing up here telling you I was wrong. I put out advice, said, not like that. I don't even know if he watched my show. But the fact that I put it out there in the airways, I'm standing here telling you I was wrong, Tank. Stay away from Oscar, please. Whoever has said that in my show, you were right. I stand corrected. But yeah, Canelo, he ain't worried about Triple G because he see everything that we saw. Triple G aged in that. He aged. He was slow. His slower, but he was his reflexes were slower. Everything. But it don't mean that just because you slow down that you're not dangerous. You can drop a nugget here and there, but you're not that spring chicken you used to be. And plus, Murata stayed in his face the whole time. Murata got some pop on his punches, but so did Triple G. And from what I understand, the last thing to leave, y'all men, and I think women too, but the last thing to leave is power. I don't think it's quite like that for women, but I know for men, the last thing that y'all will lose as a boxer is your power. 9 times out of 10. But Canelo's serious about his career. And yes, he do cut corners and he do cheat, in my opinion. So that's where he tears draws with me. But he can fight. He's going to hurt Triple G. Canelo is not, He's not no spring chicken, but he's not old neither. I even feel like he'll kill him. From the waist up, the boy can do, he can do what it do. And if you try to hide and hold your arms up like Ugas, that playing Ugas had this past weekend, Canelo would have broke his arms. They tried it. This is why I love Floyd so much as a boxer. They tried that shit on Floyd. It did not work. It never worked. They was like, you hit my arm all day. I don't know how Floyd get through that shit. He must have a high tolerance of pain. When Floyd really know that he's hanging them gloves up for good, no more exhibition and all that stuff, then and only then I think Floyd would have come out and say what was his secrets. I'm going to put it out there right now. In my opinion, I think Floyd is a natural small person, so he never had a struggle with weight. I think Floyd, I ain't going to say he eat clean because Floyd eat like most black people in America, but I don't think he indulged more than most people. One, he drinks his water. I think Floyd always been a water drinker throughout his amateur career, throughout his professional career. I'm telling you guys, when I be saying water break, in the beginning of the show, I'm telling you, water take you a long way. I'm telling you, Floyd is an avid water drinker. Water is kind of like, I would get, if I had to put a percentage to it, half of your medical issues would be solved by drinking water. Like, at least half. You'd be surprised. So, Floyd does that. He never struggles with weight. So, because you cannot balloon up and then, lose weight. And even though I say that like that, I come off like saying, I come off sounding like, an outlier because you can physically do that. It's easier done when you're young. Once you get up in age and close to 30, that shit it just don't happen for you. As y'all men, y'all go through phases of development and phases of, thickening up. I say it like that. Like, you can look at Devin Haney now. He will not be a 135 for the duration. He don't have long. Even he doesn't have long. I can look at his body and tell he's not going to be able to fight at 135 forever. But he's 22, about to be 23 this year, or maybe he's 23. So while he's this age, youth is on his side. Youth is a motherfucker. That's a hot commodity right there. If you could bottle youth and sell it as a food product, that company would be $1 billion rich 10 times over. Devin Haney ain't got long. I would predict, in the next couple of years, Devin's going to have to move up. I think Devin could probably go all the way up when he's in his 30s or something, maybe up to 154. I think he can get that high. I dare say 160. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta think about that. Then you gotta think about the stuff you do to your body. It's an old pay me now or pay me later. Ronald Finkley laughing. Yeah. Pay me now or pay me later. You gonna pay. But is it now or is it later? That is the question. You think you're gonna have this drink? I don't care if you had one drink a month. You think you're gonna have this drink and I ain't gonna make you pay for that shit? Haney body type seems good for at least another year. Yeah. But as you see, Ronald, he ain't even got long. In boxing, that's gonna be like that. That's gonna come quick. So you gotta get while the getting is good. I understand why he did the big sacrifice. I'm proud of him for doing the big sacrifice. But I don't want him to come back in his later career and do that shit. Captain Full G said, Damn, Lady T, you talking exactly what I said on Undisputed. Vada, wow, weight, drugs, and body types. Yeah. And see, I ain't even see your thing. I was gonna do a show with weight and boxers. That's something that I help people do, drop weight. And look, that y'all will have to look at my Sunday show. I got so many people that tuned in and asked me for help. And I haven't did the show in a while because I was like, really curtailing what they needed specifically for them. I started off by telling you guys, a lot of people ask me, about the weight part. Now, I always say, full disclosure, don't judge me, because a lot of people like look at the person and say, bitch, you ain't doing it, so how you gonna tell me? Listen, y'all, I've had 4 organs removed from my body, and those 4 organs were vital to metabolism. So don't judge me by what you see, because I do have weight on me, but I know what I'm talking about, and I had to learn what I'm talking about just for survival. So what I do is, a lot of people email me, and they'll tell me, and y'all have never once heard me come on here and call nobody's name out and gave nobody's number out and told them what they personally asked me to help them with. I help people. I'm gonna give you the list of the things I help people with, because I suffer from autoimmune disorders, and no doctor, for whatever reason, when people go to the doctor, they don't always say, yeah, you have an autoimmune disorder. They may say you have lupus. Let's treat that. But if they told you lupus was an autoimmune disorder, then you will work in trying to cure or stop the autoimmune disorder versus stopping the lupus. Because if you have autoimmune disorders, lupus is going to be one of many autoimmune disorders that you suffer from. And it's no rhyme or reason how it's passed out to you. A lot of people could suffer from autoimmune disorders, but there's levels to it, severity levels. You know what I'm saying? Eczema is an autoimmune disorder. I don't care what nobody tell you. I don't even care what a doctor tell you. It is. Because if you treat eczema like you're supposed to treat an autoimmune disorder, it'll go away. All eczema is an overactive immune system, in case anybody didn't know what that was. You have an overactive immune system. There's pros and cons to that. Pros is Miss T don't catch shit. Wink, wink. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I don't never catch shit. And you better believe, in my young day, Miss T threw her shit on the crap table many days. Okay? Full disclosure. I ain't never in my life catch nothing. I don't catch shit. Well, Miss T, why you always sick? Because just like it's an overactive immune system, that attacks me. That's what eczema do. That's what autoimmune disorders do. They attack you. Your own body attacks you, and they destroy shit in their path. That's what that is. That's what an autoimmune disorder does. That's why lupus is dangerous, Crohn's disease, Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, alopecia. I mean, I can go down a list of things. Insulin resistance. I can go down a whole list of laundry things. A laundry list of things. So I had to learn about autoimmune disorders. I was never told as a kid, even though I had it, I was never told as a young adult what I had. I was told I had certain things, and they were like, oh, you got eczema real bad. So let me give you this medicine, and the shit never really worked. And then, inadvertently, I didn't have it. I ain't have, like when I came in the Navy, but I didn't know the salt water is a good cure for skin disorders and stuff like that. You get in salt water, you can wipe out scars and skin disorders. The sun can help you with scars and everything. UVA, UVB lights, that's what the sun gives out. But the sun when it's helping you with your skin disorders, it's very painful. So so your natural self won't go get in that sun and sunbathe. You won't do it because it's very painful. It feels like razor blade cuts with lemon juice poured in it. Who's gonna do that? That's what it feels like. But eczema is an overactive immune system. Your body thinks you're being invaded, and you're not. And because energy is never wasted or stored, the byproduct is a rash, and it can bubble up, it can pus, it can just ooze shit out. It can send you in, catching hives. I've had hives before. Just went into just having hives. I thought I was gonna die. You know what I'm saying? I have that severely. And then if you have eczema, you have asthma. So we know that these things are allergy based too. So I just lump them all in together. I just call them allergies, but I suffer from autoimmune disorders. And I got a handful of them. And one of them is edema, angioedema. And that's why I wasn't here yesterday. For no reason, I just start swelling. And most of the time it's in my throat. I have to run to the ER. So I'm not telling you these things to cry about it or anything. I chose to have a show on Sunday to share this and teach y'all what I learned over the years by my own reconnaissance, because no doctors were telling me. If they told you the cure, which is a real simple cure, then they ain't gonna make money off of giving you all this bullshit to take. Because every time they give you medicine, those medicines have fillers in them. Those fillers could be, giving you allergic reactions. How many times you heard a commercial say, when taking this, if you have this and you have that and you have that, contact the doctor. You're gonna have an allergic reaction or something that happened to you that's outside of what the medicine supposed to do. XYZ, it does it, but then it does something extra. Then you gotta have a medicine to take care of the extra, and so forth and so on. You want to know what the cure to autoimmune disorders? Something that's gonna be very hard for most of us to do. Go vegan completely. That's the cure. To all my people out there with Crohn's disease, lupus, Hashimoto's, MS, just the laundry list of autoimmune disorders, veganism is the cure. Sure is. And veganism will cure everything. But now, can you teach an old dog new tricks? I can't be eating all the hog maws, the bacon, the pork chops, the ribs, the meatloafs, the steaks, fried chicken, all that shit, and then boom, 30-something years into the game, you gonna tell me I can't eat none of that shit no more? I gotta give up all that shit. Bread, dairy. Do y'all know that at the age of 8, everybody loses the enzyme to digest dairy? Did y'all know that? Ronald Finke said blessings. I ain't gonna get on my soapbox too bad, but that's what I talk about. And people come to me, even locally, and they ask me for my help, because what I had wound up doing inadvertently, just to save my own life, I would study food and study what the food does to you. Because if you think about it, how do you create a pill to do something for you? How do you know that pill would do XYZ for you if you never saw it done in the first place? So where did they see it done? They saw when you ate certain things, what those certain things did for you. They could extrapolate information from certain foods and tell you all the good things that it has in it, the good and the bad. Like I can tell you guys now, you'll never have to do fen or go take them B12 shots or whatever food or GNC pills you might take to help you with your appetite, eat grapes. Grapes are an appetite suppressant. Y'all can try that on your own. Don't get no teeny ass grapes. Get you them fat ass grapes. I don't even care if they seedless, because you know seedless grapes are hybridization. Hybridized grapes. They're not organic or natural, because everything that come out the ground, like fruit wise, should have seeds, right? Vegetables don't. But anything that got seeds is a fruit, right? So, if the grapes don't have seeds, then it's not organic, but that's okay. They did a good job with that hybridization. I get them fat ass grapes, and I love the black grapes because they're sweeter. And I give me a bowl, if I'm on, because the steroids they give me make me hungry. This is why that was one of my New Year's resolution, to try my best not to be on them, but I can't. I want to live. In other words, when they're swelling, when my throat is swelling, they have to give it to me. So I sometimes have to go through that regimen or whatever. I had some yesterday. Anywho, I could take and because I'm in this hungry mode, like it makes you hungry. So I take grapes to bed with me, and I set it on my nightstand. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm hungry. So I'll eat my grapes, and I eat them one at a time. I even got a miniature fridge, like a 36-inch tall fridge, a little mini fridge. And I keep my water in there in my room. And with the grapes, I can put them in my fridge. And like I said, when I wake up in the morning, in the middle of the morning, like 2, 3, I grab that bowl and I eat them one at a time, and I chew it, thoroughly chew it, swallow, then I get another one, do that. By the time I get to the 5th grade, I'm not hungry anymore. If y'all don't believe me, try it. I tell you no lies. But I study food again because the autoimmune disorders that I have, they're so severe. I didn't want to die, y'all. I didn't want to die. So I just had to, I'm doing it in my mind, trying to save my life or whatever. Again, I'm not looking for sympathy or nothing like that. I'm just sharing with you guys. I hope you don't mind me doing that. So I study these foods. And so I tell people, I said, look, we're going to find the health in you. That's what my channel is called, Finding the Health in You. And you tell me, what are your medical issues? Not in depth, just tell me the subject. And I can be able to, surmise what your issue is, because I've had to learn it myself from doctors not telling me the whole truth. So, when you get used to something, you just pick up on stuff. So when I do that, I say, you know what? If you have an insulin resistant problem, but you're real big, and to you, all you care about is losing the weight, I care about fixing your insulin resistance, because I know for a fact when you're healthy all the way across the board, you will not have a weight problem. You don't even have to try to lose weight. It's just going to happen. It's going to be a side effect. And then somebody wrote me and said, Miss T, but we care about it. And that's what we want to fix first. So I said, you're right. So I still ask them for that information if they want to give it. But I have created weight loss menus that have people peeling weight off. And I do this for boxers, y'all. So I know what I'm talking about. I tell you, I do this for boxers who need to drop 20 pounds in a week. I know what I'm talking about. It do cost you, because I actually put together something specific for you. Now, you may have similar recipes to others, but that's going to happen. But I specifically tailor your menu that I give you for a month to you. And I'm going to tell you another thing that I've been able to concoct menus for. Y'all probably laugh, but I'm being honest. Men with erectile dysfunction. I have helped several men with that, and I don't know them. They were, trusting me enough, and I will never call nobody's name. Locally, I've helped many people. Trust me, it's a real problem out there because a lot of men don't know what happened, why they have this problem, and even though information is out there to tell you why, um, you just don't put two and two together. And I know this is a sensitive subject, so again, I'm never gonna call nobody out. I'm never gonna divulge or whatever. But every guy that I do this for, like I can tell you one case. I ain't gonna tell you name. This happened. This was a couple of years ago. So this is a person I've known for decades, and we were talking, and they told me it had been 2 years. And like I said, I'm sorry y'all for the story time, but he had said it had been 2 years, and I know it bothered him because I know him. He was one of them active people, but it had been 2 years, nothing. Little man wouldn't wake up. So I told him about, changing how he eat. And he fell on his lucky because he actually got sick in other ways. Like that was very serious. He was on dialysis. He was very sick. Dude is about my age. So I said, we figured out, we came up with a plan. And because he had got sick and he couldn't work, I was telling him, things he would have to buy. He couldn't afford, like a juicer or something. And he couldn't afford it. And then when you're on dialysis, you can't drink with so much liquid. So I had to be very creative. And it took me about a week to figure out something. So I did. Because when you're on dialysis, you can't eat or drink with so much. And so we figured out something that would help him stay in his guidelines for dialysis. Because one thing I don't do is refute whatever regimen the doctor has you on. We work within their regimen. But a doctor can never tell me that I'm giving you something wrong because I'm giving you God's food. So I put together a regimen and I said, do this for 1 month and see how you like it. When I tell you this dude called me in a week and a half, so happy. And I had to be happy for him because I'm like, what? He got up. I can't believe it. I did. I'm like, oh, okay. But I know that it's important to guys. But he woke me up to tell me that shit. I was happy for him. So I kind of ended this drought. And it's sad, when you're like 40, 44 and you have this problem. What 44-year-old man want to have this problem for 2 years straight? But I personalized his meal down to everything. And I made it a simple meal. And I knew his medical issue, like he was on dialysis. And so, boom. Took a week and a half, back in business. But that's what I do. Anyway, I'm going to get off that. I do stuff like that. And I have a lot of people that write me. But like I said, it costs because I actually sit down and tailor make stuff for you. It don't cost a whole lot. But y'all see, if y'all ever need help or anything, y'all see my email at the bottom, Boxing Fans Talk TV. No, I'm sorry, Boxing Fans Talk, not the TV part. Boxing Fans Talk at gmail.com. If you want to, hit me up and I'll put together something. I do charge. I don't charge an arm and a leg because I don't believe in getting healthy should break the bank. You shouldn't break the bank for getting healthy. Once you learn the tricks of the trade, you can go further in it more than what I gave you. You'll know. You'll see. When I'll give you a pamphlet and I'll spell out what you're gonna eat for the next 30 days. And that's all I say. Do it for 30 days. See how it works. I know damn well within a week you're gonna be like, gee. Anywho, but yeah, Canelo's not impressed because he can see he's gonna beat Triple G. That third fight, he ain't even worried about it. He gonna have to worry about the fight he got with Bivol. I don't think that's gonna be an easy win, but hey, Canelo Canelo is an awesome fighter. So I don't know, but the one that I think will give him the most trouble is gonna be Beterbiev, or however you say his name. I think he's gonna get him the most trouble. And then so we're gonna see. I know they got a fight coming up. I ain't buying that shit neither, because that's gonna be on the zone, but it's the zone pay-per-view. So even if you have a subscription to the zone, they're gonna make you buy a pay-per-view. And I think it's in bad taste that you don't retro or get a fight to free for the people who was down with y'all when y'all first came out. I think the zone needs to rethink that shit. But we'll see. I know they hear me. But anywho, you know, Triple G, you better, I don't know what you gotta do, bro. But you might get hurt if you fight Canelo. But you know, maybe he feel like that money gonna cure everything. I hear you, Triple G. So anywho, Ricky Hatton is making a comeback to the ring against Marco Antonio Barrero. Do we want to see this fight? Is anybody interested? Ricky Hatton, old ass, just another one. Capsule 4, this is another one who abused his body. Drugs, alcohol. I know his ass smoked. He trying to die. You can't do those things. Balloon up between fights. You're hurting yourself. You're throwing your natural body flow off. And when you're young, when you got youth on your side, it don't seem like it's a big deal. But as you age, just because you might do a 160 and stop doing it, that shit has taken a toll. It's going to pay you back. Ricky Hatton, I don't know if he's making a wise decision. But I don't know if he really cares, you know. He comes off racist to me at times. You know, I really don't. Not into Ricky Hatton like that. But I say he never really lived a boxer's lifestyle. And that shit matters. The drinking, the drugs, the alcohol, you name it. He's older now. He's been sitting on the shelf for a few years. And he already did that be like Tyson Fury. The reason why Tyson Fury entertains the thought of retiring, I mean, he said shit like that after this Dillian White fight, I'm retired. And then he come back and said, nah, I guess I'm not. Because, you know, while he's in between time and then in the meantime and in between time, he has to stay clean, y'all. But he wants to do them drugs. He wants to start that cane. But he know he can't even go down that road. If he goes down that road, he'll have trouble. And by the way, y'all remember when I put up that list of March VADA's testing and results, the MACMA put out, which I didn't even know this rule, they would never put out an adverse result of anybody. So let's say you took the test and you tested positive, they will never put it out on social media like that. They'll go to that person and that person's promoter or that person's team, but they're not going to put it out in the it's almost like a HIPAA violation, I guess. But if you took the test and you tested negative, they'll put that information out. And in March of this year, there were 2 lists that came out from VADA via WBC on this website that they got, where they show your name and your test results negative. And you saw Tyson Fury name on one list twice and on one other list once. You saw Dillian White, they both tested negative in the month of March. I don't have any list that they're on or a list that they wasn't on. They've been in the VADA program. Because again, they made the list for March. And the controversy, when I ran across this list, because I seen your Danish Ugas name on the list, but I didn't see Earl, and everybody said, no, Earl is in the VADA, whatever. I never said Earl wasn't. L-Dub showed me an actual letter that was like a personal letter written to Earl, saying, hey, welcome to the VADA test. But this time we're up to April 16th, right? but he was not on the list. That does not negate that he wasn't on the list. The fight has come and gone. He wasn't on the list. I kept looking every day prior to the fight, and I did not see his name on the list, talking about Earl Spence. But I saw Yordanis Uga's name. Now, is it April 16th yet? Yes, it's April 20th. Still have not seen the list with Earl's name on it. He's out of the window for being VADA tested right now. So what conclusion are we supposed to take? You know what I'm saying? And that letter had a lot of blacked out lines. I don't know what was behind them. You know, maybe his personal information. You know, to me, I can't do nothing with a personal letter. I would never post a personal letter. I know that the WBC has a list of the people who comply with the VADA testing. They also, WBC will put out people that they kicked off the list. I read that too. I showed that list too. Because Mario Barrios has been kicked off that list because he did not comply. There's a couple of people that you guys may know. Because it was 5 names. I don't remember everybody, but a couple of British fighters and a couple of American fighters been kicked off the WBC clean body program because they didn't comply. The name that jumped out to me was Mario Barrios. And this was even before the Keith Thurman fight. But you guys know, once you got the contract signed, it's business as usual until that fight happens. So I'm just saying, you guys, it's past April 16th. I look at the list. I try to update it every day. I ain't seen his name. Talking about Earl Spence, I didn't see his name on the list. You guys draw whatever conclusion you want to draw. I'm just reporting the news. I didn't see his name on the list. Ricky Haddon, you might want to rethink your position. Now, I want to read something else to you guys. Again, I'm going to come with receipts. Damn it. I hope my website that went down. Oh, Lord. No, it didn't. Y'all lucky. I might have to. If I can't restore this, then I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I can't restore this. So what I was going to put out is that MTK Global has like ceased. Let me see if I can pull it up. Whew. That's crazy that this happened. I had 2. Oh, wait a minute. Might have been right here. Now that's old. Wow. Okay. Y'all hold tight. So I'm not gonna be much longer. Hold on. Because I got it from this place. Let me see if I can find it. Because I don't want to shoot from the hip. I want to say what it actually says. Yeah, hold tight, hold tight. Oh man, come on, let me find it. Okay, I think I found it. I don't know what's wrong with my internet today. So, hopefully this shows. Okay. So MTK Global ceased operations amid rumored link to crime boss. I talked about Daniel Canahan. I put that information out and what was going on with him. I'm not going to reiterate all that. That was in a previous video. You guys can go check that out. I think it was the one where I have the list that I was talking about with WBC when they show it's a circle and it's like a green, fluorescent green or lime green circle where they just showing the list of fighters and their results from negative from the VADA testing from the clean boxing program. Anyway, right behind that part of the show that I talked about, then I talked about Daniel Canahan and how he's public enemy #1 with the Irish police, Interpol, United States, amongst other countries. So MTK Global ceased operations amid rumor linked to a crime boss. International Boxing Management Company. Make sure y'all see that. Yep. MTK Global said in a statement released on Wednesday, it is ceasing all operation in light of its connection to founder and alleged crime boss Daniel Canahan. Canahan was sanctioned by the U.S. this month due to the belief he is the head of the Canahan crime cartel. Now, look at this. It said, as a business, we have faced unprecedented levels of unfair scrutiny and criticism since the sanctioning by the U.S. government of Daniel Joseph Canahan. It is a matter of public record that Mr. Canahan's involvement in MTK ceased in 2017, and despite repeated reassurance in this regard, unfounded allegation about his ongoing association with us and our fighters persist, since leading promoters have now informed us that they will be severing all ties with MTK and will no longer work with our fighters. We have taken the difficult decision to cease operations at the end of this month. MTK prospered because we always put the long-term interests of our fighters at the heart of what we do. Our priority in the weeks ahead will be to ensure that our world-class boxers are supported to find new partnerships as swiftly as possible. MTK gyms are operating independently, so will remain open for the foreseeable future. Further announcements will be made in due course. Thank you to all the fans who have supported us over the last decade. Y'all see that? That's not T pulling it out her ass. That's me showing a receipt. As business, we have faced, they saying the same thing. Canahan founded MTK Global in 2012. That's what they said. Although he said to have sold the company in 2017, he has stayed active in boxing world and has been photographed with many high-profile fighters over the years, some of whom were managed by MTK, like world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. MTK has reportedly been trying to distance itself from Canahan for years now. The new sanctions on him, however, have driven promoters to step away from the company he once founded and have forced it to fold. It is a matter of public record that Mr. Canahan's involvement in MTK ceased in 2017, and despite repeated assurance in this regard, unfounded allegations about his ongoing association with us and our fighters persist. The statement continues. The U.S. Treasury released a statement on April 11th announcing sanctions on alleged members of the Canahan organized crime group, naming the group as a main source of smuggling cocaine and other drugs into Europe. Canahan, his father, why does he jump around? Canahan, his father, Christy Sr., and brother Christopher are among the 6 associated listed by the government. MTK plans to fully shutter operations by the end of the month. Gyms connected to the company will reportedly stay open independently for the foreseeable future. So that is just an update from me. When I put these kind of stories out, and I did that because that type of shit bled into boxing, so I reported on it. Otherwise, it really ain't my business. I don't care what this fella be doing with his life. But I put that out there. So all the people that I had said inadvertently, and Bud Crawford's name was on my list because he was with Bob. Bob was linked to Kinahan. And people have put out persistently that Bud signed with MTK, but he never did. You know, maybe he talked to the fella, maybe he broke bread with him, but he never signed with him. I even showed you who Bud signed with by showing you guys receipt. But I know that a lot of shows out here be putting that out, and it's just not true. That's all I can say. It's not true. I ain't shitting on nobody, but it's not true. And that notion that Bud signed the 2-fight deal with PBC, that was never true either. So if that was never true, then Bud turning down a fight with Keith Thurman could never be true. So, you know, sometimes some of this stuff is a Google click away. You guys can find out, but I show you guys the receipt. Tay said they making up lies, then act like victims when you call them out. Yeah, I'm not trying to hurt or shit on nobody. I just feel like we all deserve the truth. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know. If I'm speculating, I'm going to say I'm speculating. If I'm guessing, I'll say I'm guessing. But most of the time, if I know, you know, that's when y'all hear me sound arrogant. But I know because I read it somewhere or I seen it somewhere. I'm not going to just blow smoke up your ass. I don't need the clickbait. How y'all said the clickbait. They say Eurosexuals are in shambles. They know their time is up. The boogeyman gonna get them. He on his way. I just hope they get behind closed doors, Tay, and get the negotiation and get that shit done. I told you there's 2 things I don't want to see in the fight. Y'all already know how I feel about low blows, grabbing punches, whatever. I don't like them shits. But definitely, I do not want the fight held in Dallas. That can't happen. Because it's just not good. But you have to kill him. Because you ain't walking out of Dallas with no victory, even if you earn one. Ain't gonna happen. So, and even if you beat him, the fans gonna probably play pause on your family. So your family can't even come watch. And that's just me speculating that can happen because look at how they was ready to get in Bud ass when he was trying to come into the ring, like Earl came into the ring with other folks. So, hey, Tony Yayo in the building was Poppy King, said Virgil Ortiz to PBC. What you mean, Tony? Explain that a little bit more. Tay said they praying Earl don't sign. Ray New Sortor is in the building was Poppy King. He said I'm late, but hello, beautiful queen, Miss T. And the B Black Fight. What is this? BFTTV. Salute to the chat. I don't know what they stand for. Earl's career made overrated beat Triple G. And Keith Thurman leftovers and get praise. Okay? You meant mad. Okay. Yeah, Ray New. All I did was talk about Oscar and his latest debacle with him being a predator and touching women, trying to take it and shit. And I stand corrected because I suggested that Tank, why not sign with Oscar? And I'm pulling that back. I was wrong. Stay away from that pervert, Tank. Stay away from him. So I was talking about that. I was talking about how Canelo don't give a care about Triple G. He not worried about him. Hey, Canelo saw that last fight with Murata. He know Triple G is not a threat. Triple G is an old man now. And Canelo might kill him. I don't know if the money is worth it when you can't function. Then you got Ricky Hatton trying to make a comeback to fight Marco Antonio Barrero. Like we want to see that shit. Ricky Hatton never lived a boxer's lifestyle. Them drugs, that alcohol, all that shit gonna catch up with him. As I say, you can have a drink once a month. It's gonna take its toll in later years. That's just how life works. So Ricky Hatton, good luck to you, man. I don't think nobody checking for your ass. Tay, Tay said, has Arrow ever beat an undefeated world champ? The only one I can think of is Mikey Garcia, but I can't give him no big time kudos for that. Great news. The only other thing was I gave an update on MTK Global and how they ceased an operation. I read it. I showed y'all the article. They ceased an operation because everybody keeps saying that that organization is linked to what's his name, Daniel Canahan, who's public enemy number one with Interpol, Irish police, and the U.S. government. And the U.S. government has already sent out a warning to everybody. It's kind of like a get out of jail free. If you got a contract with MTK, you good. You can drop that shit. Remember I told y'all that shit? Some of y'all didn't believe it. It was a get out of jail free. I know when the U.S. government do XYZ, I know what the backlash is gonna be. I know kind of what that means on the other side of the equation. When the U.S. government come into you and tell you, hey, I'm telling you right now, that's public enemy number one. If you fucking with them, you gonna be up there with them. You become public enemy too. When the government come and tell you that shit, and you're an American, that means that's like a get out of jail card. If you have a contract with them, it's null and void. Then you can nullify that shit without any penalty, because they telling you cut out ties. Once they said that, I was like, yeah, this is y'all get out of jail. Because if you was signed to Top Rank, you were linked to this man because Bob Heron did business with him. If you was signed with Frank Warren and all them, you was linked to him. Eddie Hearn, you was linked to him. Why? Because they broke bread with this nigga. The only people who haven't divorced their ass or divorced Daniel Canahan ass, I told you guys, Tyson Fury, Josh Taylor, and Mauricio Suleiman. Why does Mauricio Suleiman have any ties with Daniel Canahan? But he does. But you know what? He gonna get his. Don't be surprised if Uncle Sam start clamming up the WBC ass. Don't be surprised if that shit get taken over by somebody else. Because they've been warned. You know, the last story I have is way over 2 hours. Casemiro, y'all remember him? The one that fought what's his name, my boy? Rigondeaux. And lost. But they gave him the win. He's a Pacquiao fighter. Casemiro may get stripped of his WBO title. And I was going to ask you guys, was it fair? Do it make sense? I mean, it's crazy what he getting stripped for. But if it's a rule, it's a rule. If it's always been there, then it's no foul play. In Britain, for some reason, let me read that because I actually had that up. Did I bring it back up? I don't think I brought it back up. Sorry. I'm going to shoot this one from the hip, but I had an article. You guys can look it up. There's an article out there. But in Britain, you cannot go to the sauna to drop weight. I don't know why that's a rule. We do it here in the States. I couldn't tell you for the life of me why that shit is a rule. But it's a rule over there. And any rules like that they can have in Britain, that shit is told to these fighters. So when Errol Spence went over there, he was told. When Crawford went over there, he was told. When our fighters go over there, they're told about Britain rules. You cannot do that. You just can't. I don't know why that's considered cheating. I don't know what it is about. I don't know if it's a medical thing, why they don't like that. That is a dangerous way to try to get weight off. It just is. You know, it is a dangerous way. And I was like, is that fair? Because the WBO is going to probably strip him for this shit. I don't know what y'all think. Errol Spence went over there, and like any other fighter, when he fought Kell Brook, I'm sure days getting close to the weigh-in. He probably had to take some weight down. What we do in the States? We get in the sauna. No biggie. I mean, we do that over here. But you can't do it there. I can't tell you why. I'm not a British person. Ray News said, damn, that's a lot, Miss C. Ooh, they in trouble. I'm telling mama. For sure. You know, but if it's a rule that just came into place, that wouldn't make no sense. I don't even like Casimiro big head ass. You know what? I think he's jerking that scissor. I think he on that T. But I don't even like him. But fair is fair. I don't like no unfairness. I don't have to like you as a fighter. I can really dislike you as a fighter. But I will never advocate for any fighter, whether I like you or not, be treated unfair. And before I say it's unfair, Britain has its rules. And they're not gonna convince me that people didn't know. I'm sure Earl, when he went over there, like I said, he probably had to take a few pounds off. But Earl was probably told, hey, Earl, you know, in Britain, you can't get in the sauna and take weight out. They don't allow that. So he had to find another way, and he did, to meet his obligation. Casimiro's like, fuck y'all. I'm going to do what I want to do. Can't do that, dog. Can't do that. Like I said, if the rule was made up yesterday or last week, you might have an argument. If that rule been in place for a while and that's what it sounds like, you fucked. Because even if you a jock and you a dumbass, people on your team are not. They can convey that message or point you in the right direction. So you was just bucking the system, Casimiro. You seem to do that a lot. But you know, that's just how it is, y'all. That's just how it is. So I gave you guys the update. I read the message. I showed you the link with the MTK. I actually had something up for the Casimiro thing and the Oscar thing, but for some reason, I guess it's my internet. It's not working that great. But don't forget to hit the like button, you guys. Thank you for joining me. I will tell you guys though that I'm gonna be moving around in these streets a lot. I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to attempt to do a show tomorrow and Friday. If y'all don't see me, it's because I'm not home. I'm out there. And I'm going to be using other people's devices. I don't know how that's going to work. I'm going to give it a gallant try and all that. But if I can't, I'm going to see you guys next week. But do look out for me Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I come on every day unless something happens. But, you know, I got some things to take care of. I'm going to be moving around, y'all. I don't got no job. I'm retired. I'm going to be moving around. But I do want to pose a challenge. And I'm going to pose it to myself. Because we did talk about some health stuff tonight. We talked about autoimmune disorders and how it's damn near destroying everybody, right? Here in America. It's an epidemic. And never before have there been so many people with autoimmune disorders. Sometimes they're classified as allergies. Okay. And a lot of people make jokes and be like, man, how is allergies killing you? But it does. Because an autoimmune disorder is any kind of disorder that attacks your body. And Americans have it in droves. You know what I'm saying? And they come from that fake ass, fugazi ass sugar that's in foods that we buy in the supermarket. You know, that processed shit. It doesn't like us. It really just doesn't like us. So I'm going to pose a challenge. And I'm going to take this challenge with you guys. Okay? I pose a challenge. Today is Wednesday. This time next Wednesday, I pose a challenge that y'all just don't eat no sugar. Are you with me? Can we do this together? Are you with me? Tell me in the chat, are you guys with me? I pose we don't eat no sugar for 1 week. I'm going to show y'all how much of a drug it is. It's worse than actual drugs. It's worse than heroin, I think. It's worse than a whole lot of shit. People say, see, you crazy. But I think it is. Rebel Life Boxing is in the building. What's popping, King? He says, salute, Queen. Y'all gonna go on this challenge with me? We do all them other crazy challenges on Facebook and social media. Y'all gonna do this challenge with me? Rebel Life Boxing said, I reduced a lot of sugars from my diet. No sodas, little breads, cakes, etc. And I lost like 30 pounds. Y'all heard it from Rebel Life. Y'all heard it from Rebel Life. Rebel Life said, I almost have no stomach left. Check that out. Shout out to you, King. Shout out to you. Y'all gonna be surprised what it do. Now, I'm gonna forewarn you. You're gonna go through withdrawals. Rebel Life, am I lying? Let the folks know what they're gonna go through some withdrawals. Because some people might not believe me. Caps and Full G said, that's what's up, Rebel. I'm gonna tell you. Some of you guys got arduous jobs. And when you go through withdrawals, it's hard to do that job. I'm gonna tell you, if you got a job where you can take off a couple of days, the first couple of days, that's when you probably want to do that job where you can be off for a couple of days. So I don't know what kind of jobs you have, but if you can do, like, I got family members who I put this on to, and so I'm not even gonna tell you the recipes that I build for people, because as I say, I specifically build them for you. It's like you text me, we talk back and forth, I ask a couple of questions, and then I go and I take my time and I build one for you. I do charge because I have to charge you for my time and my expertise. But I told you guys I'm a boxing coach. I help real fighters that have been on Showtime and shit. I met them. Nobody real popular. But I met them because they come to the gym here. One of the coaches I work with knows a lot of them. And I help them drop weight. I do. I help them, I just get to talking and they see me there all the time. And I help, up and coming fighters drop weight too. Without killing themselves. Because that's the shit that be killing me. Some of these fighters got a week, they got to take off 20 pounds. I'm like, no, let me tell you how to do it. I build a recipe for them. Rebel Life said, yeah, you will. I was scratching my neck like a crackhead every time I saw a Twix. You're going to be in the bed. If you've never done this before, I'm going to tell you how it's going to feel. You're going to feel like, T, this is fucked up. I'm getting sicker, but you're not. Your body is crying because you're getting rid of shit. Your body don't want you to get rid of that drug. Not them sugar drugs. Rebel Life said, Capsule Full G. Salute my brother. Yeah, man, I was 250 last summer. Then started reducing sugar and starch intake, and now I'm 250. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'm telling y'all it's the truth. But there'll be things like if you can't get off the shit and you keep cheating or whatever, it's going to derail you. For me, it's the medicine that I have to take until I can cure myself of this problem. I think it's this location that I live. I'm actually going to sell my house and move out of this state. because I can't no more. I smell grass and I start swelling up. I, I just the angioedema is hard to be in this area. Rebel Life said I'm in the process of trying to completely remove all from my diet, but yeah, it's hard. It is very hard. So you're gonna need 2 days where you don't have to work if you're gonna start this. Some of you are being strong enough to withstand, but I'm gonna tell you, it can knock the strongest person down. Capsule 4G said, "Yes, sir. Congratulations." So I'm gonna tell you, the first couple of days you can get through it. If you cut out all sugars, and I mean all sugars, real fat is not bad. When they tell you get this lean meat and shit, nah. You get the meat with all the fat on it. How y'all like that? That's good, right? If you gonna eat meat, because you don't have to. Humans don't ever need to eat meat. If it has eyeballs, a vertebrae, and feelings, you should never eat it. That's how you can tell certain foods you shouldn't eat. We are not carnivores. Never have we ever been. We're herbivores. Some people say, Miss D, we have canines. No, you don't. You don't have a canine. You have something that look closely like a canine, but you don't. Let's see how I'm gonna get big and strong. The biggest animals on land are straight vegans. Facts. Elephants, straight vegans. Primates, straight vegans. Hippopotamus, straight vegan. Now them motherfuckers they kill us though. You would think a hippo would be happy and fat. No, they tries to fuck everything up around them. They mean as a bitch. Did you know the hippo's sweat is red? It's like the color of blood. Did y'all know that? Don't know why. But you be stand on the banks of some waters where some hippos at, they'll kill you. You ain't got to do shit to them. They'll kill you. They mean as a motherfucker. But they don't eat you. Now, when you talk about animals that eat you, you talking about apex predators. They are carnivores. Wolves, dogs of any kind. Lions, any kind of cat. Bears almost. But bears kind of dabble in both. But they won't. I don't think a bear will per se eat you. They don't have a taste for you unless they've ever, that's one, once they've eaten a human, I guess they can't go back. But I don't think they have a taste for you, but they will chew you up. Yeah, alligators are scared to death of hippos. Crocodiles too. And the crazy thing is, alligators, at least American alligators, because I don't know if alligators, they may be, I don't know if they're in Africa. Crocodiles are over there. You can tell the difference is just by the way of their snout that looks different. That's how you're supposed to be able to tell. But alligators will walk right past you. They don't give a fuck about you. They pick on little people though. You have your little toddler there. They'll come over there and try to eat that. But as a fully grown person, a big ass alligator can walk right past you. They don't really fuck with you. I wouldn't say test them. Now, a crocodile is definitely an apex predator. They'll eat you. But an alligator don't, pretty much care for you. But I mean, I wouldn't go fuck with one. I wouldn't test that theory because they still can fuck me up. These are apex predators. They have canines. Sharks. Shit like that. The ones in the water. Orcas. Some killer dolphins. Yes, dolphins. The black ones are killers. The gray ones, no, not so much, but they could. But the black ones, they almost look like sharks from a distance, but they're black dolphins. They'll kill you. Used crocodiles are more aggressive than alligators. Yeah, crocodiles are more aggressive than alligators. Alligators don't want no smoke. They don't really want to fuck with you. They only pick on little people, but they don't really fuck with you. But a crocodile, shit. But here's the challenge: eliminate sugar for 1 week out your diet, and come back and tell me your story. A lot of people that I'm helping, for some reason want to tell their story, and it's okay because I will never tell your story. I hold whatever we talk about confidential. The story I just told you about my friend who was on dialysis and couldn't get a heart on for 2 years. He trusted me with the information. I will never tell you this person's name. It's somebody I've known for decades. So if I ain't know you, if the people that come to me through my channel, there's a lot of them. Y'all just don't know because I leave it up to them to try to say something. But so I talk about somebody I've known for decades, and that was hard for this man to say that to me. And I found out, like I say, he was on dialysis, and I know his medical situation. And I said, we're going to fix your medical situation. So I concocted a recipe for him, a daily regimen. When you're on dialysis, it's hard to concoct a recipe and daily regimen eating-wise for that people that's on there because they can only drink so much liquids and they can only eat so much. So I had to work within the guidelines. What I never would do is go against whatever routine or regimen your doctor has you on. But it took a week, not even a week and a half fully, like a week and 3 days. He woke me up early in the morning with a phone call, just happy as hell. I could tell he was damn near, he was so emotional. I guess you would be if you ain't had a heart on in 2 years. But that recipe I gave him, and basically what I did was I fixed his medical problem. I ain't no doctor, y'all. I do study what food does to people because I had to learn. I get side effects when I take pills. There's some pills I can't avoid, like the steroids they have me on. It ain't gonna make me like Arnold or nothing, but it saves my life. And during the spring and summer, oh God, I take so much of it. In the month of March, y'all didn't know this, I was in the ER 3 times. Life-threatening shit. And they had to pump me with steroids and other shit, a concoction. But the steroids, whether I eat or not, puts weight on me. I don't have a thyroid gland. I'm missing 3 other organs. I'm not even going to share with y'all what they are. But my thyroid gland was completely taken from me like 25 years ago. So y'all can't look at me and say, oh, Miss T, you're not doing it. I am doing it. Because I have no plaque in my arteries, veins, coronary, nothing. My cholesterol is where it's supposed to be for a young person. That's because I do eat what I'm supposed to eat. I drink a lot of water. But I do study food and what it does to you. Am I a nutritionist? No, I went to school for history and politics. I have those kind of degrees. And I have science degrees. I have 3 degrees. But, so I know how to read and do shit for myself. As I said, I had to do this shit to save my own life. So when I want to find something, I can't go and say, give me a B12 shot. Or give me something, give me that fin so I can stop having them cravings in the middle of the night. Because when I was pregnant, I always had cravings. I would eat a full meal at 3 o'clock in the night. I swear to God. I swear to God. And I was like, yo, man, damn. And my child, like 10 years old, I'm still doing it. I had to figure out a way to stop doing it. And I could not, because of my health, I could not get on those things that everybody else take. So I had to find a way to do it through food. And I can tell y'all one food, there's many foods, but the one easiest one is to tell you to eat grapes. That will suppress your appetite. Has no side effects. And it would take you like 5-6 grapes depending on your size. Bigger men, of course, you're going to eat maybe 10. The smaller you are, maybe you eat less. For me, 5. 5 big old round grapes. They don't have to be seeds grapes. I get seedless grapes. And I make my own grape juice. I made my own beet juice. I juice beets. And you know how that cleans your blood? Hmm. But I have, like I said, I put together recipes and I put them in together in proportions. Um, so like I can say, do about a cup of this, cup of that, or whatever, and I mix this shit together, and I help. That's how I help old boy, you know, get his man back, his manhood. And then we rephrase because some people probably just came in on that. He didn't. He couldn't get a hard on, and I help him. I help him get that back. No side effects. That's why they can make pills to cure shit like that because they know food does it. So all they do is emulate. They take the food that does it, put it in a pill, but they put fillers in pills, and those fillers is what be fucking people up, no matter how big or small. Do you know that they actually have sugar in pills? And that sugar be fucking killing you. That sugar is a drug. So I'm posing the challenge, and I hope I don't. I see Rebel Life is with the shit. It's Caps G. Are you with the shits? Tay is well, you young. You probably got this problem. Ray New, others. Tony, Yayo, Ronald. Is anybody else in the chat with it? Hey, listen, if y'all watching me on replay, take the challenge. 1 week. We come back Wednesday. And you guys tell me what y'all think now. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Drink water. I can't stress that enough. I don't care what kind of healthy eating you do. If you don't include the adequate amount of water, you're doing it wrong. You know, you're supposed to drink half your body weight in ounces in water per day. But I'm going to tell you, just go for 100 ounces. Because some people got to drink 100 ounces of water a day. Some people got to drink a little bit more than that. But stop at 100 ounces. You're going to see the benefits. That's what we advocate. Or get close to it. You ain't going to do it. You ain't going to do it overnight. But give your, pick 2 days when you off. Don't linger with this. Try it for 1 week. 1 week. And y'all going to come back so surprised and be like, what? Most of y'all going to be surprised about the withdrawal feelings y'all going to go through. Your body going to be aching. You're going to feel like you're sick. But all that toxin is leaving your body and it doesn't want to leave. I'm gonna tell you guys this too. You might not believe it, and I'm not talking about when you're in the final stages of cancer or anything. Cancer is not like a disease like you catch. All cancer is a defective cell in your body, and during your cell phase. I forgot. I think it's S3 or S4 phase. Your P56 oncogene is supposed to notice a defective cell and kill it. And for some reason, it does it, and sometimes it don't. Sometimes it's defective, and sometimes it just, for whatever reason, didn't. So that cell continues through the cycle, and they get back to the reproduction phase where it reproduces another cell that looks just like it. And this is how you get cancer cells after cancer cells, because cells reproduce all the time. It's constantly doing that, right? And when you get a certain amount, then that's when they will come. So everybody by the age of 16, believe it or not, have cancer in their body. Everybody. But when you get to a certain percentage, so, you can get up to, let's say, 15%. Nobody will ever tell you got cancer. But if you get up to 40%, they'll be like, Mr. So-and-so or Miss So-and-so, you actually got stage 1 cancer. That's how that works, y'all. It's just a defective cell. But that cell has to eat. And you know what it likes to eat? Processed foods. Fake sugar. That's what it likes to eat. So when you remove that from your diet, you kill all bad cells. You kill all diseases. All diseases, all defective cells, all bad anything, they like to eat fake sugar. When you take it out your system, you kill it. You drown it. That's what essentially you do. That's why you got to drink your water and stop feeding it. So I want us to do this 1 week challenge where we remove sugar from our body completely. See, I didn't take away the meats from you. Even though I just sat here and told you we're not carnivores, we don't ever have to eat meat. If it has fillings, eyeballs, and a vertebrae, you don't never have to eat it. But I ain't gonna take that away from you. Alcohol has sugar in it. Milk, you don't need to be drinking. If you're drinking milk and you grown as fuck, something wrong with you. Stop that. Got some fool. Say with it. 1 week challenge, no sugar. It's on, Miss T. I'm so glad you guys can do this with me. I know my outcome if I do that. Free sugar. Yeah. I meant sugar free. Yeah. Now you can always eat God's sugar. So people say, well, how you do that? Miss T, you gotta give us a list. No, I don't. If it's processed, it's got fake sugar. If it didn't come out of the ground, it's got sugar, fake sugar. Now, fruits and vegetables have plenty of sugar. And if people say, I need protein, though, eat a bunch of vegetables. That's what the protein is. A lot of protein. Just as much protein that you can find in meat, you're going to find in vegetables. Now, I would say, if you can, eat it raw. If you got to cook it, I guess you got to cook it. But I would say the next step would be steaming. After that, then you cook it. You know what I'm saying? But it's either raw. If you can't eat it raw, steam it. If you can't eat it steamed, then cook it. A good, easy way to eat shit raw is to juice it. Most of y'all probably won't want to do it. But that's the best way. You will be able to do that easier than just eating raw vegetables and fruits. Apples have a lot of sugar content, but it's God's sugar. God's sugar can't hurt you. Real sugar can never hurt you. You will never fucking overdose on real sugar. It'll never happen. But that's my challenge. That's my challenge to you. That's my challenge to me. And like I said, Thursday, I'm going to try to do a show. I'm going to try to do a show Friday. But I'm going to be moving around. I got some stuff to do. When I come back next week, I'm going to tell y'all what I had to do. I'm going to tell y'all what I had to do. I'm going to come back with the pictures and everything. I'm going to show y'all what I had to do. So, I can't tell y'all on here. But, I'll let y'all know. So, but I'm going to give it a gallon try to be on tomorrow and Friday. If y'all don't see me, it's because I'm in the streets. I'm in the streets, y'all. And I appreciate y'all listening to me and being understanding and let me pop off with my health kick or whatever. Remember, I do this. I have 4 organs removed from me, and I have to live. I want to live, so I had to find a way to administer, medicine in a sense without having side effects. And the only way I could find was eating certain foods. That's how come I know about this shit. Because if I didn't, I might not even be sitting here talking to y'all right now. It was that serious for me. So thank y'all for listening. Capsule Full said, I cook it raw. I could be, what is this? Predisposed to gout. Nah, player. Let me tell you why a lot of people will say that. How do I explain this? A lot of people say, I'm allergic to kale, for instance. I hate kale. Hate it with a passion, right? And actually, when I did an allergy test, I'm allergic to a lot of vegetables and stuff. But here's the thing. It's to the point that I can't eat healthy foods and unhealthy foods at the same time. The unhealthy foods will win, if that makes sense. So yes, kale would be something. I hate kale, but if I was allergic to kale or had a bad reaction to it, I can't eat kale and be eating unhealthy foods. But when I just eat nothing but healthy foods, and kale included, I don't have no problems. I can tell y'all something else. I hate watermelon. I don't like it. It does not taste sweet to me. I don't care. I've tried it. I was the only one in my house that didn't like watermelon. Everybody they be hanging over the watermelon damn near like they about to fight for it. And I would have a whole cantaloupe to myself. when I was growing up because I didn't like watermelon. But when I ate nothing but food out the ground, I was like, this shit is so goddamn sweet. That's the only time I could taste the sugar. You know, some of you, a lot of things gonna happen. You're gonna start developing acne this week. And you're gonna be like, oh, Miss T, I'm getting sicker. I'm telling you, you're not. Your body is releasing that toxin, which is that sugar. It's gonna take you through some shit as it's doing it. Remember, 21 days can break a habit. But the first week, if you get through the first week, you can keep going. Just think of it like that. And I don't even want to talk about the weight loss. Some of y'all gonna come back and say I lost 20 pounds plus. But you can't eat no sugar. So that means you're like, Miss T, I drunk 100% juice. Somebody made it in the factory, it got sugar in it. You can make your own juice. You know, like when they be saying it's 100%, hey, I ain't telling them that it's not, but it's made in the factory, so it's processed. Food need to be processed, otherwise we couldn't even have supermarkets. So I'm not knocking the food industry, because we all, as Americans, as people nowadays in the world, we go to the supermarket to get our food. But you gotta put preservatives in it. That's how preservatives are. That fake sugar. That's how you preserve the food, so it can stay on the shelf long enough for you to buy it and take it home, sit it in your house long enough for you to casually eat it. Otherwise, everything will perish right away. But if the food don't come out the ground, then more than likely it has sugar in it. If it was made in the factory or processed in any kind of way, it has sugar in it. Milk, don't drink it. You know what I'm saying? If you drink coffee, that's your thing. Don't put no sugar in it. Tea, that's your thing. Don't put no sugar in it. Definitely no noodles and all of that shit. You have to just ask yourself. And I'm going to tell you, you can look on the label and you can be like, oh, it really don't have no sugar in it. But the sugar that's really killing us as Americans is not on the label. I'm just telling y'all right now. And be ready for the withdrawal symptoms, the achy body, the pimples, you know, shitting all the time. I'm sorry to say it like that. Drink water to help with all that shit. Just drink your water. Take, you know, like if you 2 days off, stay in the bed, lay down, tell your wife or tell your husband, hey, I'm about to do this for 1 week. Just do it 1 week. 1 week out your life. And when you come back, you're going to be like, player. Who knew? But like, we all knew, we just couldn't connect the dots. Try it out. You're going to feel so much better. You might even cure some shit. But anyway, thanks for listening to me. Until the next time, I hope I'll be here tomorrow. Remember, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit the like button on your way out. I'll be here tomorrow and Friday. I won't be at my computer, so it's hit or miss for me. I don't know how that's going to work, but it's going to be hit or miss. I'm definitely going to give it the good old Navy try. So I'll see y'all tomorrow and Friday. If not, then I'm going to have to catch y'all next week. Until then, peace.